Hello, hello, and welcome to my week ahead for the week of the 22nd through to the 28th of April, 2024. I'm Bridget from Bridget's Astrology, and this week it's big. We've got the Scorpio full moon on Wednesday, and this is my area of specialty. I am a Scorpio, and in the last couple of days, I have dealt with four people that have got the Sun-Pluto conjunction. So in addition to the Scorpio full moon, we also have the Sun squaring Pluto separating at the same time. So there is some very deep introspection and transformation to be gained and dealt with this week. So let's get into the week ahead. Share my screen. Okay, so Monday morning we wake up and we have got the moon in Libra down here, and it is coming up to conjunct the South Node, that place where we release the things that no longer serve us. The eclipses that we just had were dealing with independence versus codependence. So, there's matters of the heart and relationships, and, whether you as an individual are in the right spot. At the same time, we also have the Chiron conjunct Venus, or Venus conjunct Chiron, whichever way you want to look at it. Venus is faster. So, she is looking at her heart and seeing how she's been affected by her environment. She's in detriment, which means she's not quite comfortable, but that's only because she's got her strength on. She's really, really warrior-like at this time. And so for her to be looking at her wounds and her heart, while she's dressed up in her battle garb, it's not the greatest of positions to be in. However, she's moving towards, the sun is now in Taurus, which she's ruling. So we do have 9 days of, that sun being very actively pursuing its comfort. It's actively moving towards its values and desires. So, we do have some beautiful things still happening. Now, this is being recorded right now as the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is exact. So, I mean, by Monday morning, it has moved to 22 degrees, but it's still only 9 seconds apart. So that's still very much in play. So, we've got some great understandings around our values and things that are important and worthy to us. This also could look like big leaps in our self-worth as well, that allow us to move into new paths of experience and behavior. All right, so remember, Taurus, finances, comfort, security, values, important things in our lives. Again, maybe we're having some financial understandings, maybe we could be investing, maybe we could be, like I said, actively moving towards those values. All right, so now it's still this is still Monday, it's still very much a day of introspection. Mercury is slowing down, it's at 16 degrees. It does station direct at 15 degrees on Wednesday. Oh, sorry, the 25th. So Thursday in Australia. So, Monday we are, with that Mercury really slow, the lens is focused a lot. So remember, we've got that Chiron conjunct Venus, so matters of the heart and hurts. Mercury retrograde, we're looking back at that old hurt experience, but at least it does retrogression direct on the North Node. So all of this introspection that we're doing is helping us move down this new path that Jupiter-Uranus is pushing us down as well. And the moon conjunct the South Node is helping us release those things that we are becoming aware of. And I'm sure it's front and center in your mind what's going on. And you know what? We've just got to still keep moving towards these bigger and better options. Okay, I think that's enough for Monday. Let's move forward to Tuesday. Okay, so now there's a little bit of irritation in the air today. All right, so we've got the moon has moved past that south node. And that was exact 8 p.m. Monday night. However, we're moving into an opposition to Venus, and there's also these two lots of, it's not exactly a yacht. It would have been at one point in the morning, that finger of God where the universe is like pointing, going, you need to look at this stuff. All right, so we've got the moon in Libra opposing Venus. she's ruling that, so she could be quite irritated by what she's seeing. All right, she's like in this independent I am state in Aries, looking at her relationships going, hang on a minute, there is an inconjunct to Mars. All right, so which is ruling all of this Aries stuff, Mars being in Pisces. We're coming at our strength and determination from a place from within. We have to find those quiet, potentially spiritual places of understanding to, keep ourselves strong and centered so that we can move ahead with all of this stuff that's going on. So there's that inconjunct to Mars, to the moon, and then also the inconjunct to Uranus and Jupiter. All right. So you may feel like it's always you that has to do the adjustment, so like my suggestion for this one would be, if you are getting frustrated because you're not getting the thanks maybe that you feel like you deserve, stop doing the thing. If people aren't directly asking you to go out of your way to do X, then, and that's the thing that's frustrating you, just stop and see what happens. See who says, oh, hang on a minute, why aren't you blah, 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 unless it's in your job description or unless it's something someone's asking you to do, maybe stop going out of your way completely for other people. Focus on yourself. We do have this Scorpio full moon coming up. We do need to, be aware that we're going into those deep places in our soul or our consciousness so that we can figure stuff out, so maybe stop channeling your energy into other people's endeavors. Focus on yourself this week and then see and who comes and asks you what's going on, and it might just be because, well, you didn't ask me, and you never say thanks, or, in whatever way you want to say that. But anyway, like I said, interesting experiment to run. Just, if you're getting frustrated, stop doing it. Okay. All right. So that was pretty much that for Tuesday. Let's go forward to Wednesday. Okay, so here we go. The Scorpio full moon is at 9:47 a.m. That's Tassie time. And so the moon moves into Scorpio at 1:20 a.m. on Wednesday morning. And here we are. All right. So not only do we have that Scorpio full moon at 4 degrees, which is exactly on my Mercury in Scorpio, but we also have the sun coming off its square to Pluto. And then the moon is going to also square Pluto at 5:30 a.m. So it is before the full moon, but that's still very active, and then we've got the south node is still inconjunct. Okay, so an inconjunct is where, it's like that seesaw. There is tension, an adjustment required, but I like to use the analogy of like doing a plank or bracing your core, finding that inner strength. And the moon is being ruled by Mars in Pisces, and here is that inner strength that is required. All right. So the Scorpio full moon asks us to go deep. All of these issues that we've been having with, me versus we, there's a lot of old childhood stories in the mix. Maybe we're looking at our ancestry, our values, our old traumas. Scorpio does bring up that crisis trauma and otherworldly or, underworldly vibes. All right, so there might be things creeping out of the depths that we didn't even know existed. You might be coming up with understandings because of this Jupiter Uranus, because of, the Chiron Venus, because of the Mercury retrograde conjunct the North Node, because of all the things that are in the air, the square to Pluto, like so much stuff is coming up to be dealt with. All right. So again, we want to support ourselves as much as we can, and allow these things to come into your reality or into your awareness. Because once we face a fear, that is an old fear from the past. Like we create fears, our inner child. All right. I love the inner child work. Have a look at the work of John Bradshaw and family systems. We create these blips in time that get stuck within us, or that they get trapped in our memory, and we don't even realize as we get older and older and older. But we use it as a inner narrative or a dialogue that we're not even aware of. So with Saturn in Pisces, we're doing a lot of that work, and Saturn is at that 15-degree mark. If we look at it as a biorhythm, it's down the bottom, and it's we're coming up into into a new awareness. So yeah, definitely a big day. All right, like I said, 9:47. So have a look at those old fears, and in the light of the full moon, the sun and the moon are opposing, they are highlighting issues that need to be released. Okay, so in the light of a new moon, in a full moon, these old fears may not look like the monsters that we have perceived them to be as we were children. So a lot of stuff to be dealt with. And again, make sure that you have the support to do the work. All right, let's move forward to Thursday. Okay, so Thursday, yay, Mercury goes direct. So it is very, very stationary at the moment. So when a planet is stationary, it is at its most trickiest. So it goes direct at 10:54 p.m. So it is, very, very late in the day. It is at 15 degrees early in the morning here. So just heads up for check your details. Just miscommunication, transport, emails, all the things, technology, communication, just heads up on it. All right. What else okay, so and try not to, we do still have the moon in Scorpio, and it is trine to Saturn. So that is great for us to have a look at those old stories that we have been emotionally holding on to, and restructure those. Saturn's now at 16 degrees. Yay, starting to move through Pisces beautifully. Yeah, so don't dwell in the dark places. All right. Use this Saturn that is determined and diligent in like having a look at those old foundations, and utilize that transformative effect of the Scorpio moon so that we can move through these things. We even have that Mercury North Node in conjunct. So the adjustment is available, like that emotional adjustment is available when we're looking at those old stories, so we can restructure them to move past this and onto that new path. All right. So was there anything else with that one? No, just lots of self-awareness. That is, that's the best thing for the Scorpio moon. Self-awareness, listen to the stories that you tell yourself. Most of the time, they're not going to be relevant for who you are at the age you are now. All right, so let's move forward to Friday. All right. So Friday, the moon moves into Sagittarius at 11:37 a.m. So it's a day where we need to ask ourselves what secrets or what things were made themselves aware to you during that Scorpio full moon and the Scorpio moon afterwards. All right. Now, we may be feeling exhausted. It was a pretty challenging time. So get as much rest as you can. Once that moon moves into Sagittarius, it comes up out of Scorpio, and the mood will be better, and the understanding. We'll probably see things in a new light. That Sagittarius is the archer, that it draws its bow back, it has a look, and then it lets things go and sees where the arrow flies. Okay. So, there is a sextile to Pluto. So that moon in Sag is sextile to Pluto at 3:30 in the afternoon. So, that could be where those beautiful cogs are turning, the understandings, you let things go, let the future flow. So I like that one for Friday. Feels a lot easier than the previous 2 days. All right, so let's go to Saturday. All right, so Saturday, we have, why have I written? All right, so in the morning we have sorry, the moon is trine to the nodes, so we've got some great understanding happening. Mercury is now direct, however, it is slow and sluggish. So I've written here, it may feel like you were trying to run through water, or maybe you're emerging from the sea, like our first primal life forms. And you can see the light ahead of you, although, depending on how battle weary you may feel, or you might feel like the Phoenix moment has happened and you are like, oh my God, I feel lighter, I get this, more buoyant. So, I mean, it is a trine to, a growing trine to that North Node experience. So you definitely feel like you're moving forward. It might just be a little bit sluggish. But I mean, it still feels like it's going to be a good day on Saturday. Just again, don't push yourself. Take your time to organize yourself and to maybe journal, maybe just, try to make sense of the things that you've seen in the last couple of days. It's Saturday. You can chill out. And especially with the sun in Taurus, I mean, we don't have Mars in Taurus. It's not really a lounge lizard moment, but it's definitely not as active as what the Aries sun was. So we're allowed to sit down and chill out. All right, let's move forward to Sunday. All right, Sunday. I love Sunday. All right, so today we really can stop and chill out. Okay, so today is what is really important to you. Can you put it into words? Just stop and really just take check of where you are right now. You know, Again, with a lot of stuff's changing, very shortly we're going to have Mars moving into Aries. So in these last couple of days of Mars in Pisces, it's that growing, the culmination of all of Mars in Pisces. What awarenesses were you made aware of? What things were you made aware of during this whole time? This Aries season has been so intense, so much personal development, so much self-awareness. So take today to identify what you have experienced in the last however long, all right? Because when you have that awareness of what you've been through, you're going to be able to see clearly what you need to do to plot your next course of action. So things are slowly starting to take form and you're finding your natural flow state. It has been a week and a very big week, although aspect-wise, we didn't have as much as last week. And next week looks like, next week we have Venus square Pluto. So we're definitely not out of it, but we do get some nicer energy next week with Venus moving into her home sign of Taurus and Mars moving into his home sign of Aries. So yes, let me just stop this share. All right. So I hope that I have helped you during for the next for the next week. Sorry, tongue-tied. Mercury is slowing down. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, can you like, share, comment? I will answer your comments. Or you can go to Facebook and find me live on Lifetime to Level Up. You can interact with me a little bit more there. If you would like a reading, you can reach out to me on any of the socials, or you can go to bridgetsastrology.com.au, click the booking link. I have a free week. My other job, I have a week off. So if you feel the need to reach out in a short time, then I'm probably available. So hope you have a wonderful week and take care. And remember to just support yourself. This is Scorpio time, all right? So, don't shy away from that work. It is valuable work. So thank you and take care. Bye.